First of all, for our guests today, the Beavers. Leading off and playing second base is number 2, Deegan Blackner. Batting second, playing right field, number 11, Bodie Wheatley. Batting third, the pitcher, number 19, Deegan Bailey.
Yeah, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson, back here, Larry H. Miller Field. We're just a few minutes away from the first pitch between the Beavers and the Duchesne Eagles. Let's go over the starting lineup for the home team in this ball game, the Duchesne Eagles, coached by Ryan Goodleff. Leading things off and catching number 27, Parker Crum. Batting second, right field, number 6, Connor Caron. Batting third in center field, number 2, Draker Goodleff. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 5, Cade Norman. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 11, Kyson Giles. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 4, Nash Goodleff. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 21, Caleb Thompson. Batting eighth, first base, DH, and Coach, I'm going to let you talk about that in a second. Number 23, Rylan Butler. And batting ninth in left field, number 0, Deshaun Johnson. So let's talk about that first base DH designation.
Yeah, so kind of a new rule put in mainly for pitchers. So if you've got a pitcher that, is a good hitter, and you obviously go 1 through 9, you don't want to have a regular DH where you're batting for someone that's in the field, but you go straight 9 and you want to have a chance to maybe sub out a pitcher later on, but keep that pitcher who's a good hitter in the game, help save on their arms a little bit to where you don't have to put them in a position after they've thrown 5 hard innings or whatever it might be and then have to make a tough throw.
And I want you to, you got personal experience with that.
I do. But the reason behind that is to help save on arms, so you typically don't see it for a position player. However, I think the reason we see it today with Duchesne in their lineup, because the pitcher in this situation, Kyson Giles, he normally, when he's not pitching, he plays first base. So what Coach Goodleff wants to do is if he has to pull Giles from pitcher at all, he's going to move him to first base. He doesn't have to throw the ball a lot, but he's their normal first baseman. It then allows him to keep the first baseman, Rylan Butler, as the DH, yet bring in another pitcher or another position player.
Yeah, and then Kyson Giles, you're not going to lose that 333 batting average with the 13 runs driven in. So he is a lefty. And, that's what we got to look forward here today. Rematch here, Beavers and the Duchesne Eagles. Channel V6, this broadcast brought to you in part by Channel V6, providing live and video on-demand access to high school sports across the Uinta Basin. Download the free Channel V6 mobile app or go to channelv6.com. And then DNA McRae, looking to take your trucking career to the next level? DNA McRae has great pay, benefits, and work-life balance. Check them out at McRaeTrans.com. They got the locations in the Uinta Basin and also in Sevier County. So just thought I might mention that about McRae Trans. So we're just about first pitch. Kyson Giles finishing his warm-up pitches.
Yeah, and today Duchesne wearing the white with the navy pinstripes. Yesterday we saw them in the navy uniforms with the stars and stripes as far as the sleeves. Beaver in the white pants with the blue pinstripes and the navy or the royal blue tops with the white numbers.
So Kyson Giles has finished his warm-up tosses, and he's going to face Deegan Blackner, Bodie Wheatley, and Deegan Bailey. Deegan Blackner comes in hitting .292 with 11 runs driven in. First pitch, upstairs, ball 1.
Got the 3-man umpire crew today, just like we've had yesterday.
Yep. Next pitch, curveball's in the dirt out there about 57 feet. Kyson Giles comes in 33 base on balls, 80 Ks. Next pitch gets all the way to the backstop. For those of you unfamiliar with the term K, that's just another term for strikeout. You'll hear us mention it today. The K or the backwards K or the looky-loo is one strikeout swinging. The backwards K is strikeout looking. 4 straight pitches. Deegan Blackner's on first base with the first base on balls. First freebie in the ball game.
Yeah, and you can hear the Beaver bench and fans really getting into it. They know what this game means to, battle. We talked about it. These two teams have played each other, but the matchup between the number 3 Duchesne and the number 4 Beaver, as far as the RPIs ranking goes, and so Duchesne is the team that is favored in this one. However, Beaver did head-to-head beat them earlier in the year.
First pitch to Bodie Wheely's way upstairs as well. Well, the Beaver crowd, to be positive, they're always rowdy and boisterous, supportive.
Yeah, and there's obviously a few more Beaver fans here today than there is Duchesne Eagle fans.
The 1-0 pitch is upstairs as well. So 6 straight balls from Kyson Giles. We talk about this. There's a lot of emotion. The fact that they are kids still. We're talking about high school age young men out there throwing, and then the emotion of the big game like this, a rematch.
Well, and you take a leader in Parker Crum who's catching today for this team. He calls time. He walks out there. Just, none of the other infielders came in. It was just pitcher-catcher talk, and Parker Crum, being the leader that he is, trying to get Giles settled down and just realize the situation. Hey, just play catch with me right here.
Well, there's a first strike. Well, we talked about it yesterday. You know how many times he's pitched off of the artificial mound. That can take some getting used to. Get out there, get his emotions settled down. That first strike should help. The 2-1 coming to Bodie Wheatley. Stays up for ball 3.
Yeah, and that pitch, even though it missed a little up, that was a lot better pitch. He didn't miss as badly as he has in those other pitches.
Yeah, all been fastballs so far. Bodie Wheatley, 364, 16 runs driven in. There's one that's hit towards the first baseman. He's going to go to first for one. The throw to second. They're going to get him.
Yeah, really nice play from Rylan Butler. Just a ground ball to the first baseman. He steps on the bag and then throws to the shortstop, who is Cade Norman, that's covering the second base bag. And the force is off once he steps on first base. So when he throws over there, he's got to get the tag down. And they do that for the double play.
So the 1-1-6 double play, 2 outs. Deegan Bailey swings, fouls off the first pitch. Deegan comes in with a 355 average and 13 driven in. Yeah, good heads-up baseball there by Rylan Butler. Good coverage there by Cade Norman. Sweep tag after Blackner slid on by. There's curveball. That just misses. Even things up at 1-1.
Well, and that's how fast you go from throwing 5 straight balls to having no runners on base and actually starting to get in the groove.
Yep. Swings over a curveball. Strike 2. Yeah, not overpowering stuff. Just
and it gets a strikeout right there on that fastball right down the middle. Gets Deegan Bailey to swing over the top of it.
So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on after 1/2 inning of play. The score is the Beavers nothing. Duchesne Eagles coming to bat. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and channelv6.com.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide dependable and trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lift kits, bed liners, and custom rims. Choose from a wide variety of tires, including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin, with a nationwide warranty for free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. Stop by the shop across the street from Parks Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi. Edge Tire Pros, living on the edge.
Barrett's Food Town has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Food Town. Barrett's Food Town supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Food Town in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSVC.
All right, Nolan Anderson, Willie Akers back here at the Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media, channelv6.com. So Beaver got the first guy on a walk, but erased on a heads-up double play. So they're going to come to bat. Facing Deegan Bailey with a 5.53 ERA, 25 in the third innings pitched, 25 walks, 40 Ks. He'll face Parker Crum, Connor Karen, and Draker Goodliff. So Deegan Bailey looking in. First pitch. Oh, gets him. Got him right on the hand.
Yeah, that one stung a little bit as he shook his arm and immediately threw off the elbow pad. Now he's going to take a minute to, umpire's going to check him, but Parker Crum, probably one of the toughest players out here on the field, and you're going to see him take the pain away with his feet because anytime he gets on base, he's going to steal him.
Yeah, and Braden Evans is, pretty good defensive catcher, but he doesn't have the strong arm. So look to see the Duchesne Eagles should be able to run. It's going to be up to Deegan Bailey to try and keep them close. So Connor Karen steps in, comes in hitting .250 with 13 runs driven in. There goes the runner, there goes the throw way up the second base side. No chance.
And you actually see the ball actually goes past the shortstop right there. Cutler Matheson to second baseman Deegan Blackner, who is backing him up, but Crum slid past the bag. That's one thing on this turf. You cannot, you've got to grab hold of the bases. You'll slide right past them.
So up, first pitch to Connor Karen, lifted to the first baseman. Hoyt Blomqvist got it for the P3, out number 1. Parker Crum has to stay at second base there. P3, every position on the field's got a number. Pitcher 1, catcher 2. First to third, 3, 4, 5. Shortstop 6. Outfield left to right, 7, 8, and 9. So the P3s will pop up to the first baseman. Brings up Draker Goodliff, hitting .423, 26 runs driven in. First pitch swinging, strike 1.
Yeah, just a fastball up in the zone, and Draker Goodliff couldn't lay off it as he chased.
So the 0-1 on its way, and that's lifted to the right side. Bodie Wheatley's underneath it. He's got it for the out. Gets the cutoff back in there. So the L9.
A little bit surprised, to be honest, that Parker Crum maybe wasn't trying to tag up right there, but kind of went part way and then realized he better get back. And Draker Goodliff hit that one well, but a nice catch out there in right field from Bodie Wheatley.
Okay. That's going to bring up Cade Norman, 271, 23 runs driven in. Looks at the curveball for strike 1. Cade Norman like a vacuum out there at shortstop. I saw some good plays on him. Got a good strong arm.
Yeah, really good looking player, Cade Norman.
So the 0-1. That misses for ball 1. Bring things up at 1-1.
With the runner at second base, both the shortstop and second baseman, Matheson and Blackner kind of holding the runner, bouncing back and forth, playing up the middle.
Ball 2. That one stays up. Waiting for the call from the umpire here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Beaver failed to score in their half. Timeout called there by Cade Norman. He didn't like how long things were taking to develop there. So the 2-1. Pick off, that's going to go to center field, and Parker Crum's going to go to third base. And it's going to go in the dugout, and he's going to go home. So, on the E, who threw that? Was that the right fielder or the
center fielder? So obviously they tried the pickoff play at second base. Ball goes into center field. Parker Crum gets up and heads to third base. The center fielder, Bentley Bradshaw, comes up and tries to throw him out at third base, and Titan Fells unable to be able to come across his body and knock the ball down as it gets past him, and then it gets past the pitcher too, Deegan Bailey, and goes into the dugout there of Duchesne. So Parker Crum comes home on the air.
So the ball, next pitch lifted towards the right side. Second baseman's going out, and Deegan Blackner's got that for out number 3, but not before the damage is done. The Duchesne Eagles, they come up with 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and there were no runners left on base. So at the end of 1 complete, it's Duchesne 1, Beavers nothing. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and channelv6.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help by delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
Jones in the Mill Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSBC.
Billy Akers, Nolan Anderson, back Larry H. Miller Field. Yeah, your connection today, Mid-Utah Sports and channelv6.com. First pitch to Titan fails from Kyson Giles is a called strike. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Titan fails, goes for one upstairs. Can't catch up.
No, and you go back to that last half inning, Duchesne scoring on the throwing error, but that's what speed does for you. It puts pressure on the defense and forced them to make the error right there.
3-pitch strikeout there to Titan fails for out number one. Not able to catch up with the fastball from Kyson. So Andrew Hollingshead, this will be a left on left. First left-handed hitter that Giles had to face so far today. First pitch to Andrew. Hits the corner. Strike one. Andrew comes in hitting 368 with 20 runs driven in.
Well, right now Giles, he finished with the strikeout, leads off the inning here with a strikeout, and he's throwing really well.
That one's fouled off for strike two. Came into the day with 80 strikeouts. Did Kyson Giles. Next pitch. Inside, almost gets Hollingshead.
Yeah, really surprised that Hollingshead didn't just wear that one, try to get on first base, but able to get out of the way.
Well, what's your first instinct when you're at bat? That's a hard one to unlearn.
And it's different because he's probably not seen a lot of lefties, to be honest. He probably faces a lot more right-handed pitchers than lefties. So lefty, a little different look.
Called strike three. They're going to have to adjust to that. And remember, they got the left hand, have that ball that's going to tail back, and Kyson Giles able to hit that corner. So the first strikeout looking. Out number two, Bentley Bradshaw comes in hitting 333 with 13 runs driven in. Kyson Giles is ready to deal here. That ball's hit towards first base, but foul. Channel V6, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Channel V6, providing live and video on-demand access to high school sports across the Uinta Basin. Download the free Channel V6 mobile app or go to channelv6.com. The 0-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball one.
Yeah, and Giles having a hard time keeping his hat on right now as every time he throws home, that hat's popping off and he's catching it in his hand.
Next pitch, foul back for strike two.
He's got a lot of hair under that hat, just keeps popping it off, and
I think I'd let my hat go because you never know when one's going to come back at you, and you may need both hands.
You watch, he's catching it in his hand.
1-2 pitch. Stays upstairs, yep. Got it cradled there to his chest.
Yeah, two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs now here on Bentley Bradshaw, the center fielder for the Beavers.
2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Curve ball. He's downstairs. Bentley is leaning out there. So, full count. First full count that Kyson Giles has accumulated. Here's the pitch. Inside. So he loses him after being up 1-2. Second base on balls. Giving up, that's going to bring up Cutler Matheson. Cutler hitting 314 runs driven in.
Yeah, Bentley Bradshaw with some good speed there on first base now. Getting a little 2-out rally going for the Beavers.
Pick off attempt there from Kyson Giles. Most left-handers have 2 or 3. That one there just kind of your prototype pick-off move. Some have that snap throw. Bradshaw just testing him there. Cutler Matheson swings at the fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, Matheson that time just too big a hack, which, hey, first pitch fastball, if it's in there, you're going to try to give it a right, hit something to gap, score the runner from first base, but he just swings right over the top of that one.
Bradshaw, good speed, but a good arm. Parker Crum, too. There's the Tibbet throws up the second baseline, just like his predecessor in the previous inning. And Bradshaw comes up with the stolen base.
Well, and he picked a great pitch to go on, as that was a curveball. He read the move of Giles, and as soon as he started home, he took off, and good pitch to still on.
So the 0-2 on its way. Here's the pitch that's down in the dirt. That'll be 1-2.
Pretty deep in right field, too. There's lots of room out there to drop something in. Matheson kind of has that open stance, batting from the right side. If he can get a pitch out over the plate that he can drive to that right side, lots of room.
We've seen him go that way. His power is right center field. Swing and a miss. So, 3 strikeouts in the inning with the base on balls sandwiched in between. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on. So after 1.5, it's the Duchesne Eagles 1, Beavers nothing. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and channelv6.com.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Juavois good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheels, shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field, BYU campus, alongside our sponsors, v6media.com. Larson Haslam Dental in Roosevelt. Dr. Jake Richardson in Roosevelt wants to help every member of your family have a healthy smile. Call 435-722-0101 for an appointment. First pitch swinging, Kyson Giles after striking out 3 in the previous inning. Can't catch up to that one. Strike 1. Kyson throws left, bats left. That one's outside. Kyson comes in with a .333 batting average, 13 runs driven in. benefit of a 1-0 lead here. He will be facing the Beavers in the top of the third inning. At least one. There's one hop to the second baseman. Cross to Hoyt Blomqvist from Deegan Blackner for out number 1 on the 4-3 put out.
Yeah, just one, got around it and rolled over the top of that one. You got to take that pitch and drive it the other way.
Moon Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative. Come join Moon and Lake Electric for their annual meeting and dinner May 25th. Dinner at 5, business meeting at 6 behind the offices in Roosevelt. Nash Goodliffe, 353, 16 runs driven in. First pitch from Bailey. Down low for ball 1. Base is empty, 1 out here. We're in the bottom of the second inning, a 1-0 ball game in favor of the home team in this one. That's the Duchesne Eagles. Next pitch. Outside. Evans tried to frame that one.
Yeah, he did.
If he makes that one, we need to hire him for our sales force.
Well, and I was just going to say second base playing really back deep, shortstop about halfway right here on the infield.
There's a pitch right down the middle. Fastball. Nash Goodliffe lays off. Next pitch. Bouncer. Ball 3, 3-1.
Yeah, we saw Nash yesterday have a pretty good game against the Millard Eagles.
First 3-ball count for Bailey. Here's the 3-1. Loses him. So the base on balls. First base on balls given up. He has hit a batter. That's going to bring up Caleb Thompson. Caleb hitting .216 with 21 runs driven in. So Nash Goodliffe at first. Caleb Thompson at bat. First pitch from Bailey's a curveball. Called strike 1.
Caleb Thompson yesterday was 1 for 3, had a single and a base on balls.
Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Goodliffe stuck there at first base.
Really good pitch right there from Deegan Bailey. Got him down 0-2 now.
Here's the 0-2. On its way, swing and miss. Strike 3.
Yeah, and Evans was calling for that pitch up. Did you see that? Yep. He wanted to challenge him, just worked the zone, got strike 1, and then just gradually made him climb the ladder to get the strikeout.
First strikeout for Deegan Bailey. That brings Ryland Butler to 14, 8 runs driven in. Nash Goodliffe still at first base. Bailey's ready. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1.
Butler, the first baseman for the Eagles, was 0 for 2 yesterday, but he did draw 2 walks. So he's a very patient hitter, and Bailey's going to have to go right at him.
So the 1-0. Bailey checking us. Goodliffe at first. Curveball can't get quite up on top of that one. Stays high.
Yeah, Bailey's going to have to make the adjustment now as he falls behind 2-0. Definitely hitters count, but knowing the patient hitter that Butler is, I imagine you'll see him taken right here.
Close. Luke calls that one. Ball 3. Evans is still asking him what was wrong with it.
Yeah, Deshaun Johnson in the on-deck circle.
2 outs here. Next pitch. Another base on balls. 2 base on balls in this inning. Both runners courtesy. That's going to put Nash Goodliffe second base. Deshaun Johnson, if he can find a hole somewhere, could score the second run for the Duchesne Eagles. Coach comes down and talks to him.
I was just going to say, Evans goes out to the mound, so the third base coach took an opportunity to come down and try to pump up Deshaun Johnson. I'm sure the conversation was, hey, see a strike. Let's see if we can't get the top of the lineup, load the bases for Parker Crump.
So Deshaun Johnson, 228, 16 runs driven in. First pitch right there on the corner for strike 1.
Yeah, Bailey right there. Deegan just pounding the outside part of the plate for strike one on that outside strike.
So the 0-1 on its way. That'll even things up. 1-1.
Deshaun Johnson yesterday, we saw him bounce one over the center fielder's head for the inside the park home run, which was a 4 RBI grand slam.
Gets just a piece of that for strike two. Stays in the catcher's glove there, Braden Evans.
Yeah, and this is the one that Coach Carter and Deegan Bailey want. They want to get this third out before Parker Crum comes to the plate. They'd rather see him come to the plate with nobody on base.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets his wish. So, get a little excitement, but no runs, no hits, no errors. There were 2 runners left on base. At the end of 2 complete, it's 1-0 in favor of the Duchesne Eagles. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6.com.
Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Coach Labrum, he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
Passionate quality health care and investing in those they serve. Find out more, visit ubh.org. So we're in the top of the 3rd inning of a 1-0 ball game. Beavers coming to bat with Mason Murdoch, Braden Evans, back to the top of the order with Deegan Blackner. Mason is the DH, swings over the top of a fastball there for strike 1.
Yeah, good location from Giles. He just kept that one down on the knees in that outside corner. Tough pitch to hit.
Number 1, curveball. Just misses down low. Even things up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Forget about that tail.
Well,
fellas.
yeah, he
started it inside. Go ahead.
I was just going to say he's throwing that to where it's coming from the left side, too. It's cutting across the strike zone from outside towards the inside part of the plate.
Fell off to the right-hand side on the 1-2 pitch. So we'll do it again. Good location down there. Mason Murdoch looked to go that way. It was on down and away. Next pitch. That's going to get into right field for the first hit for the Beavers.
Yeah, and he turns around, big old fist pump to the dugout there. The Beavers getting excited. That's a big hit right there for Mason Murdoch, and he's pumped up about it.
Well, it does 2 things. It assures that they are going to get to the top of the order.
Hey, chest bumping, high-fiving guys as he's coming to the dugout. As Beaver's going to go ahead and pinch run right here for him. That's going to be Gage Radden.
They did that yesterday, and Gage scored.
Well, they realize the importance of that 1 run already, trailing 1-0 with the pitcher like Giles on the mound. They've got to take advantage of every base runner they get, and you're 8. Now you're to the top 9, and then you're back to the top of the lineup. So Braden Evans, kind of that second leadoff in that 9 spot.
So the first pitch to Braden Evans, trying to bunt. He lays down a good one. Goodliff, I think, pulled him off. Caleb Thompson's throw to the second baseman on that bunt pulled him off.
Yeah, and Thompson's wanting to know. I'm surprised he didn't just come up and automatically go to first. I thought that was going to be a mistake in the beginning, and then it looked like not a bad play. He's going to get him out at second base, but it did. It pulled the throw pulled him off, and so he gets basically it's an infield single because everybody's safe. And I'm not sure even if the throw was good if they'd have got him. What do you think?
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
So, runners at first and second. That's going to bring us back top of the order. What's he calling? Hoyt Blomqvist. We're back top. Deegan Blackner looks to bunt as well and fouls off the first pitch. Our stadium announcer is a little confused here. He's looking at the number 10.
Well, and I haven't seen a hit or an error go up on the board yet either to see what the official ruling was on that one. But Deegan Blackner trying to bunt for a base hit right there as well and move the runners.
He pushes it towards first base. First baseman drops it. Everybody's safe. Give that E3 on that one.
Yeah. Well, and that one right there, too, was bunted hard to the first baseman, and it looked like to me that Rylan Butler was going to be able to just field it and tag Blackner. I thought he's going to have to stop and maybe back up, or he could have a chance at a double play. Instead, he bobbles it, doesn't pick it up clean, and Blackner able to beat it out safe. So right now, Beaver with loaded bases and two big bunts putting the pressure on this Duchesne Eagle defense.
You bet. Bases loaded. There are nobody out. Got a coach's meeting there at the mound. Bodie Wheatley standing at the plate will be the next hit. Well, he's out at the meeting with his own coach as well out there in the third base coach's box. But Bodie will be coming to bat with .364 batting average, 16 runs driven in. He was part of that double play, 1-1-6 back in the first inning to race a first walk of the game from Kyson Giles. So Bodie Wheatley will step in facing Kyson Giles. Looks like Kyson's going to go from the full windup. First pitch to Wheatley. Squared to bunt. Everybody got a lot of people moving on that one, but draws it back for ball one.
Yeah, I would not be a bit surprised if you don't see another couple bunts in this inning.
Yep, you got good speed there in Gage Radden at third base. Next pitch. Ooh. Well, next pitch called.
Yeah, the Beaver fans didn't like it, but it was just a backdoor curveball cut enough of the outside part of the plate for a strike.
So 1-1. How that gets him. That's going to score a run.
Yeah, Wheatley squared. He was going to bunt that one right there, and Giles just lost control of that pitch and hits him. That's what this Beaver team can do. They can get in your heads really quickly, and give them credit. They've created their own rally going right here, putting the pressure on this Duchesne team with a few bunts and them not being able to handle it and make the right plays.
So 1-1 ball game here. Still nobody out. First pitch to Deegan Bailey's lifted foul back here to our right.
And these next three hitters all struck out for Beaver. Deegan Bailey with the strikeout swinging. Titan Fells on deck also strikeout swinging. And then Andrew Hollingshead with the backwards K is in the hole.
So Deegan Bailey with the 0-1 count. From the windup, here's the pitch. He squares the bunt. Got a good bunt down the third baseline. That's going to score a run. They're going to have to hurry. They get him.
Yeah, really good throw from Thompson because it took a perfect throw, but he only got him by about a step. Really nice bunt from Deegan Bailey to pick up the RBI.
Yeah, on the 5-3 put out, but everybody else moves up. So we've got runners at second and third.
And that gives Beaver the 2-1 lead. Runners at second and third now still in scoring position. And Titan Fells for a chance to pick up a couple RBIs and drive them in.
Titan comes in hitting 343-21, driven in. First pitch. He squares the bunt, misses, gets a little piece of it. for strike one.
Yeah, and Coach Carter's telling him, hey, square around, but then pull back if it's not the pitch you want or if it's not a strike. I think that probably was a strike, but it was a curveball. Tough pitch to bunt.
So next pitch. Down low for ball one. Even things up at 1-1. We got one out here. 2-1 ball game now. 2 runs scored in this inning for the Beavers.
Yeah, a little confusion between Coach Carter and Fells. He says, holler it out again. They use the card system, and he checks it, but the infield's in, and first baseman's way up.
That's lifted to the right-hand side. Going to get just foul.
Well, and that's one thing. If Fells chooses and Coach Carter chooses to let him swing away right here by bringing up the first baseman, Rylan Butler, so far up, a little flare like that's going to be a lot tougher for him to go get.
Judging from the reaction there, I think he missed the bunt sign. That one's going to get in. That's going to score at least 2.
Yeah, it's going to get to the wall out between the left fielder and the center fielder, and Fells is going to stand at 2 for a double and pick up 2 RBIs. Good piece of hitting right there from Titan Fells on a nice line drive into left center field.
So 2 RBIs for Titan Fells. Deegan Blackner and Bodie Wheatley both score. That's going to bring up Andrew Hollingshead.
Yeah, Hollingshead, like I mentioned before, he hit the backwards K, got caught looking on strike 3, but he has a chance to redeem himself with Titan Fells staying at second base. He has a chance to get a base hit and an RBI and extend this 4-1 lead to 5-1.
This one out, left on left here. Giles throws left. Hollingshead bats left. First pitch, that's going to get him.
Yeah, Giles is kind of in his own head right now, and I think the coach is going to come out and make a change.
Yep, he's calling in the right fielder. Right fielder is kind of contract. While we're trying to figure out what all kind of changes they're going to be making, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and B6 Media.
Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Dr. Richard Yardley grew up on a cattle ranch and learned the values of hard work and simple truths, like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
your home for high school sports.
KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Larry H. Miller Field alongside our broadcast partners from V6 Media. New pitcher is Connor Karen. Trying to get the numbers for him. He's got an 0.66 ERA. He comes in with men at first and second and one out. We'll get the rest of the defensive changes here. Bentley Bradshaw squared the bunt. The ball gets by. The runners move up.
Yeah, right now just the bunt, the short game for Beavers really kind of opened this lead up, and it's really put the pressure on this Duchesne defense and got in their heads. And right there, just you see a fake bunt, just straight up still, but it gets past Crum to the backstop.
Okay. So the 1-0 to Bentley Bradshaw. On its way. Bentley lifts that one foul to the right-hand side. So Kyson Giles goes from pitcher to first base. New player into the ball field in right field is Rhett Claiborne. Connor Karen comes in to pitch. 10 and 2/3 innings pitched, 7 base on balls, 14 Ks for Karen. So 1-1 on its way. Lifted foul to the right-hand side. Some Beaver fans, guy's just ducking. Wasn't even looking for the ball. Gave him an E on the fan, EF.
Yeah, Bentley Bradshaw right now down 1-2. Drew a walk, but he also had a stolen base in his first time up.
Connor Karen from the stretch. Curveball bounces, good stop there from Parker Crum. Saves the run. Say we got about 40 feet behind first base. You got good speed. Behind home plate, you got good speed out there. And Titan fails. The second fastest fella on the team there. Pretty much mirrors of each other. Both teams got lots of speed. Next pitch, that's driven towards right field. That may get down. Nope, good catch, but runner's tagging. Heads up ball play there. And Titan fails. He went back immediately. Got tagged up. Draker Goodliff caught the baseball on the F8, but went down. So the 5th run is able to score. They're going to appeal to third base.
They call him out, say he did leave early, so I thought he might have tagged up, but the coaching staff of Duchesne recognized something, and they immediately, once the ball came in and was set to play, they threw it over to third base, appealed it.
How's that guy called it? Did you see where he was positioned up the left field line?
I wasn't. I'm a little bit blocked right here from the third base. I have to lick forward, and I didn't really see where the umpire was at, but he rung him up, and that's going to end the inning and end the rally that Beaver had going, but not after 5-run inning, which was big.
They're only going to get 4 out of it if they called him.
Well, you're right, yeah, because that run does come off the board, so they'll end up with just the 4 runs and have the 4-1 lead.
So 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. So after 2.5, it's the Beavers 4, the Duchesne Eagles 1. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
SBC.
First pitch from Deegan Bailey in there for strike one as Parker Crum fouls that one off straight back to the screen. Beaver with the lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And Parker Crum, the leadoff hitter for Duchesne. 0-1 is the count. And here's the second pitch in there for going to be low for ball one. Evens the count at 1-1. Parker Crum is probably the most dangerous hitter for this Duchesne team. Once he gets on base, you've got to watch his wheels as he can run and steal bases any time. But next pitch in there for ball two. Deegan Bailey trying to get that curveball across on the outside part of the plate. And Parker Crum steps back in on the right side. Ahead in the count 2-1. Bailey delivers. That's going to be a base hit over the shortstop into center field. So Parker Crum, 1 for 1 now. He's got a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and a single into center field. That's going to bring up Connor Karen, the right fielder.
That's the first hit in the ball game off of Deegan Bailey.
Yeah, you're right. And Connor Karen popped up to the first baseman his first time up. That's going to send
get everything figured out here in that last inning with all the changes and pitching changes, and had to pull the run off the board there.
Braden Evans goes out and talks to Bailey. Probably talking about some different things they can do to try to keep Parker Crum close without maybe throwing a ball away.
Okay, first pitch, Connor Karen had to go over to Longquist for a pickoff attempt. Crum will just extend each time until they get close.
They might even try a pitch out. He's been pretty much running first pitch. We'll see what they choose to do. Right fielder's playing pretty much right center field. There's a huge opening on that right side.
Goes Bailey had the double clutch, throws that to the center field grass. Second baseman covering back there. Crum comes up with another stolen base. I think that pitch was called a ball.
Yeah, it was high. It was not a bad pitch. It might have been a little too high as Evans had to double clutch to try to get that one down to second base.
So 1 ball, no strikes to Connor Karen. 4-1 ball game here. Bailey throws that one to the screen. Crum's going to go to third base.
And Bailey grabbing his chest and kind of tapping it, letting Evans know that's on him. But Coach Carter going to come out and have a visit with the infielders and Deegan Bailey on the mound.
V6 Media can elevate your event to the next level with a giant LED video wall and video production. Specializing in sports events, rodeos, concerts, business conferences, and more. See v6.media for information. Our friends out in the Uinta Basin, Wendy's in Vernal. Wake up to one of Wendy's hot, delicious breakfast sandwiches. Wendy's is good, done right. An L&L Motor, locations in Vernal and Roosevelt. And 7 new franchise brands to choose from: Ford, Ram, GMC, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, and Buick. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
And I think that visit to the mound was just to settle Deegan Bailey down and just say, hey, don't worry about number 27 over there on third base. Let's just focus on the hitters and tell the infielders the same thing. Let's just get outs. If they get that one run, that's okay.
Just a foul. Back here to our right for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. And a 4-1 ball game. But run number 2 is a possibility there at third base for the Duchesne Eagles. That next pitch called strike on that outside corner.
Yeah, left field pretty much straight up. Center field shading the left side, and then right field over in right center field.
That one's bounced foul. Attack fails, grabs it in foul territory there. Karen stays alive. Karen came into the game hitting .250 with 13 runs driven in.
Yeah, first and second baseman's playing back. Shortstop halfway.
There's one, just gets a piece of that to stay alive. This will be the 7th pitch in the at-bat for Karen.
Yeah, Karen's done a nice job just fouling off pitches. Bailey's going to have to come up with a different pitch right here to try to put him out.
So the 2-2. Karen steps out. Back in now. Blue said, let's roll. Here's the pitch. Curveball. He waves at that one.
Yeah, he did. He switched the pitches up and gets the put out on the strike 3 curveball. Nice looking pitch from Deegan Bailey, and Connor Karen now 0 for 2 on the day.
Second strikeout for Deegan Bailey.
Third
strikeout for Deegan Bailey. Yeah, see, I missed one there. 1 out. Draker Goodliff lined out to the right fielder. His first time up.
Yeah, and he hit the ball really well. Squared it up, but just right to Wheatley.
Another curveball. Blue sits outside.
Well, Evans held it there for a while, and I think even the Blue looked at it and then decided last second, no, that's a little outside.
That's all I'm going to say about that one. 1-0 pitch. Another curveball. Swing and a miss. Well, I got a piece out, Blue says. Stuck in the glove.
Yeah, now Coach Fell's come out of the dugout. He's going to move even the right fielder further towards center field. He's already in the gap.
Yeah, left fielder, or center fielder's moved into left center field.
Well, it looked like Goodliff really tried to inside-out swing that pitch. He's trying to hit that ball into right field, but fouls it back over the backstop here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Parker Crum at third. That ball's fouled right back toward us.
Coach Carter out of the dugout telling Bailey. Coach Carter calling the pitches to the catcher and relaying them to the pitcher.
Here's the pitch. That one stays upstairs.
And I think with the count 1-2 right there, he's just going to challenge him, see if he could get him to chase the high one. But Goodliff, patient hitter, lays off that.
So the 2-2. Curveball. That stays outside. Going to bring the count full.
Yeah, Parker Crum kind of getting up the line as Bailey's thrown out of the windup, trying to get his attention, maybe create a balk.
That was lifted to center field. That's going to score the run. Bradshaw going back. He's under it. Got the out. The F8 is going to score the run, the RBI for Draker Goodliff.
And immediately coach says, hey, let's check third base. They're going to do the same thing that Duchesne did to. They're not going to get that one, though. Umpire didn't even signal out or save. Probably just told them verbally, but I think that's now Coach Carter's coming out saying, did he leave early? He didn't even make a call. And he asked the home plate umpire, and he says nope, he tagged up.
Okay, that's going to bring up Cade Norman. He lifts one to the right-hand side. Blomquist going over, but he's not going to get to it. That hits right on the concrete walkway. Bounces up to a Beaver fan. PB.
Yeah, good piece of hitting, too, from Draker Goodliff as he fouled a couple pitches off and then gets that one, drives it deep into center field to get the sac fly and the run across.
So the 0-1. Curveball. That's going to get in there in center field for another hit.
Yeah, Cade Norman just stayed on that curveball, let it break, and then drove it right back up the middle.
2 hits on 2 runs for the Duchesne Eagles. 4 runs on 2 hits. I have 4 hits for the Beavers. Not sure what they're looking at. That'll bring up Kyson Giles. Bounced out to the second baseman. His first time up. There goes the runner. And that one's going to get in there. That'll score the run. That's going to get all the way to the wall in right field. And Kyson Giles has got himself a triple.
Yeah, the fastball just down and in, right where the lefty likes it, and he turns on that one. A line shot over the first baseman, goes clear down to the right field corner, gets the triple and the RBI.
So it's a 4-3 ball game. Still 2 outs here. Braden Evans goes out to talk to Deegan Bailey. Carson Giles putting on the glove there at third base. Trying to pump up his teammate Nash Goodliff. Nash got on base on balls his first time up.
Yeah, and he's a patient hitter. We saw him yesterday go 0 for 2, but he did draw the 2 walks.
So the first pitch from Bailey. That's just fouled off of the foot of Goodliff for strike 1.
Yeah, we talked about him being a patient hitter, and then he swings first pitch right there, but he knows what pitch he's looking for and where the zone is that he likes that pitch.
Yeah, the fastball fouled off to the right-hand side, puts him in the 0-2 hole.
Yeah, Deegan Bailey, 2 quick fastballs, gets away ahead here, 0-2. Now he's got to be smart and not give in, not throw anything too good on an 0-2 pitch.
Here's the 0-2. We got a little bit more of that than he thought. Right to Titan fails. Titan over to first base. Ready out. 5-3 putout's going to end the inning, but not before the Duchesne Eagles come up with 2 runs. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and there was 1 runner left on. So at the end of 3 complete, it's 4-3 in favor of the Beavers. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
This is Brenda Barthel.
Proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Juavois good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheel shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps! Your source for high school sports.
KSBC.
Okay, back here, Cutler Matheson takes the first pitch from Connor Karen, drives it right up the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, both these 2 teams, their bats are coming alive here. Beaver got 4 runs in the top of the 3rd, and then Duchesne answers with 2 of their own. And right now, Beaver leads 4-3 here, top of 4, but then Matheson leading off with the single.
Cutler Matheson got good speed. Next pitch. That's lifted in the air towards center field. Draker Goodliff coming in. He's got it for out number 1.
Yeah, Goodliff taking charge out there in center field. Come in. Called that one right away. That's kind of in that area where left field's coming across. He might have a chance at it or the shortstop, but definitely the center fielder, Goodliff's ball, and he calls that one early and takes charge for out number 1.
Braden Evans singled and scored his first time up. Comes in hitting 304 with 10. He's going to face Connor Karen. Pickoff attempt over there at Cutler Matheson, but Cutler's back in time. Karen has a peek at Matheson there. Here's the pitch. Must be upstairs. Ball 1.
Yeah, Coach Carter going through the signs now. Got a few cougar tails being passed around down here below us there, Willie.
Pound on the window there. Get them to look our direction. Pick off attempt. Not in time. What's a cougar tail?
It's like a giant maple bar.
Oh, wow. pretty juicy. Next pitch. Lifted foul to the right-hand side, even things up at 1-1. A cougar tail.
Now you're hungry.
Is that your guys' contract and cougar tails and stuff, huh? V6 Media? No? All right. Another attempt over there. Matheson's back. Karen wanting to keep him there close as possible. Got the 1-1 count. Squares the bunt. Bunts that in the air. Uh-oh. Here comes a double play.
Yep.
Bunts it in the air. So the P1 for out number 2, and then they get out number 3 right there. So, no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on. So after 3.5, it's 4-3 in favor of the Beavers. Duchesne coming to bat. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader, KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. 2A state baseball losers bracket game. Loser of this game between Duchesne and Beaver goes home. Winner goes on. Play later in the day. Right now it's 4-3 in favor of the Beavers. Freedom Realty with offices on Main Street in Duchesne, Roosevelt, and Vernal. Freedom Realty is here for all your real estate needs. FreedomRealtyCorp.com. Jones Paint and Glass. Check the website or follow Jones Paint and Glass on Facebook or Instagram for design, inspiration, tips, and more. Find them at jonespg.com. First pitch about to come to Caleb Thompson from Deegan Bailey. Up the stairs, catches the corner. Strike one.
Yeah, Caleb Thompson struck out swinging his first time up. Rylan Butler on deck, drew a walk, and then Jashawn Johnson in the hole also struck out his first time up.
So next pitch, down for ball one. Even things up at 1-1. 4-3 ball game. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Duchesne Eagles, the home team, down by 1. At bat. Curve ball out there about 57 feet from Deegan Bailey's. Ball 3 or 2. Third pitch. I'll keep my numbers in all these little boxes sprayed on this score sheet, Coach.
Hey, you're doing good.
See. That was lifted towards right field. There's a big hole down there. That's going to fall.
Yeah.
Just fair.
Literally dropped about a foot inside the foul line there, down in right field, about halfway between first base and the foul pole, and bounces away from Blackner there at second base, but Bodie Wheatley right there barehands it and throws it into the second to shortstop.
Case and Crumb's going to come in and run. Where am I at here? Case and Crumb.
Yeah, we might see a pitching change right here too. Coach Carter out to the mound.
Going to take the ball from somebody? Or
Yep,
he is. All right. Well, we'll take a break. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out, and Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new, stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done. Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field on BYU's campus. 2A state baseball elimination game. We're going to have a new pitching change, a straight change. Cutler Matheson going to come from shortstop to pitch. Deegan Bailey's going to go pitch to shortstop. Cutler comes in with a 4.00 ERA, 21 innings pitched, 6 base on balls, 13 strikeouts.
Yeah, and Coach Carter giving Braden Evans the card system to put on his wristband there so he can call pitches.
So, first pitch, fouled off to the left-hand side for strike one off the bat of Rylan Butler. Butler got on a base on balls his first time up. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-3 is the score. Got a runner on second base, nobody out for the Duchesne Eagles. They need that. I can swing and a miss, but it gets by Matheson.
Yeah, it moves the tying run 90 feet closer. Beaver with the one-run lead, 4-3 here in the bottom of the fourth, but Duchesne threatening with Caleb Thompson on third base.
Yeah, Evans needs to get out a little bit more out of his stance and out on that thing on his knees. Next pitch, another curveball. That's popped up. Looks like Titan Fails moving under that. He's got it for out number one on the P5.
Yeah, Titan Fells coming over, making that catch right in front of the third base coach's box. So Cutler Matheson doing his job, coming in and getting a pop-up first out.
No panic on the Duchesne side. Guy in the on-deck circles, Parker Crum. Just one out. First pitch to Jashawn Johnson. He struck out his first time up. Cutler Matheson steps off.
Well, Matheson with the runner at third, choosing to throw out of the windup. So Fells playing off third base, but Crum getting a big lead over there.
That's popped into foul territory, but Blomquist couldn't get to it, and neither could Evans.
Well, and Duchesne taking a page out of the Beaver coaching book right there, going to try to bunt this run in and get the tie game.
Yeah, Coach Carter comes out, calls the defensive signals there.
Yeah, making sure that everybody knows who's fielding what and who's covering which base.
So the 0-1 pitch. Takes strike two, pulls the bat back.
Yeah, and immediately Jashawn Johnson knew it as he kind of put his hand in his head and helmet and just kind of shook his head right there, realizing he should have bunted that pitch.
So Cutler Matheson, the 0-2. Swing and miss, strike three. That's the good news. The bad news is you got Parker Crum coming to bat for the Duchesne Eagles with a runner there at third base. Parker Crum came into the ballgame today hitting .531 with 43 runs driven in. He's 1 for 1 in the ballgame, scored twice, stolen 2 bases.
Yeah, he's the one hitter.
He's the catalyst, yeah.
And Coach Fell's coming out, shifting the defense. Right fielder deep into right center field. Center field and left field about halfway, but center fielder shading the shortstop side of second base.
So it looks like we're ready to go. Parker Crum's going to step in. His team's down by 1, but the tying runs at first base, or third base. First pitch from Matheson's hit foul. Blomqvist almost got it before.
Well, and with Crum's speed, we're the right fielder. Now they're bringing the right fielder back over towards the line a little bit, but if he would have got that one past him, I would have dare bet that's inside the park homer.
Ain't no doubt in my mind. So the 0-1, Matheson steps off. He wants to talk to Bailey. Well, he's talking to Bailey. We'll talk to you about DNA McRae. Looking to take your trucking career to the next level? DNA McRae has great pay, benefits, and a work-life balance. Check out McRaeTrans.com, whether you're in the Uinta Basin or in severe Sanpete County. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Stays away.
Yeah, it looks to me like they're, after Evans went out there and talked to Matheson, and then he throws curveball right there, they're probably going to make Parker Crum hit a curveball.
I'm going to bet with a .531 batting average that he can hit a curveball.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. They just don't want to give him a fastball.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it. You don't want to leave that curveball up somewhere where he can recognize it and do something with it.
Well, now Blomqvist, too, he takes 3 more steps back and towards the line.
It tells you they're going to pitch him outside. 1-1 pitches in the dirt. For ball 2.
Yeah, and Evans saved a run right there as he come up out of his crouch and knocked that one down.
Yep.
Keep the ball in front of him.
So the 2-1 on its way. Curveball, that's hit right at the off the glove of Deegan Bailey. And out into left field. That's going to score the run.
Yeah, just a line shot right at Bailey, and it Karam's off his glove into left field. So the run's going to come across. That's going to be tie ball game, 4-4 now here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs, and you've got a dangerous Parker Crum on base.
So we've got time while he gets the glove and stuff on. Larson Haslam Dental in Roosevelt. Dr. Jake Richardson in Roosevelt wants to help every member of your family have a healthy smile. Call 435-722-0101 for an appointment today. Moon Lake Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative. Come join Moon Lake Electric for their annual meeting and dinner May 25th. Dinner 5, business meeting at 6 behind the office in Roosevelt. Pickoff attempt at Crum. Not in time. So 4-4 here in the bottom of the 4th. Duchesne 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 this inning. Another pickoff attempt. Beaver with 4 in the third. That's where we stand.
What did you have Bailey on pitch count, too?
I had him at 56.
They got him. Yep, really good pitch to throw him out on, and Braden Evans, he's fired up as he gets that one hop to scoot right in there, and a nice tag from Bailey for the out.
So out number 3, but they do come up with the 1 run. They do so on 1 hit. There was the 1 error in the inning, and there were no runners left on base, so the end of 4 complete, 4-4. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, So if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com. Live high school sports action on
KSBC. Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network alongside V6 Media. The Larry H. Miller Ballpark, we got a 4-4 ball game. That run that was pulled off the board for Beaver looming big right now as they come to bat in the top of the 5th. But we're at the top. Deegan Blackner just hits a lazy foul ball back here for strike one off of Connor Karen, who came in last inning.
Yeah, we just got an update, too, in the 3A. Juan Diego leading Manti 4-0, end of 4.
So the next pitch, 4-0, Juan Diego over Manti. Next pitch is in the dirt. Ball one would even things up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Curveball slapped to the right-hand side. Strike two. Pitch is up. Blackner looked like he was trying to go that way.
Yeah. And Deegan's 0 for 1, drew a walk, and then got on the E3.
There's the pitch. Nope. Ball got up his face, started to go, but held off. Even things up at 2-2.
Yeah, he wanted that one, but was able to hold up.
So here's the pitch, 2-2. Curveball, that's it. Right back at Connor Karen. He's going to go to first base for out number one on the G1. 1-3, you can call that. Out number one. So Bodie Wheatley.
Yeah, that's one that Deegan Blackner wants back. You know, he just realized that he just kind of slapped that one right back to pitcher. Not a good swing.
First pitch to Bodie Wheatley is a curveball. That's a good swing on that one, right back up the middle from Bodie Wheatley. So that puts a go-ahead run on first base with one out. Brings up the number 3 hitter, Deegan Bailey, came in, hit 355, 13 driven in. He struck out and grounded out to third base. Wheatley gets a good lead. Connor Karen going to go over there. The throw was up the first baseline towards home plate. No chance there. So the first pitch to Deegan Bailey. Must have been too tall for ball one. Next ball game scheduled to start at, what, 1:30?
Yeah.
If something happens, I don't think that's going to happen. Hour, a little less than an hour, or a little more than an hour
It'll be
away.
close. They won't give them infield. They've
that's true.
each played here and had infield, so it'll be close.
Well, we're in the top of the 5th inning here. And the ball game has gone almost 2 hours already to get 2/3 of the way through. That ball's driven to right field.
It's going to get over him. Nope.
Red Claiborne,
It had him spinning in circles out there. Looked like it was going to get over him, and then in the last minute he was able to turn and go to his left and make the catch over his shoulder.
Yeah, Red Claiborne came in as a defensive change. When we made the pitching change to Connor Karen, Carson Giles went to first base. Shows that he can catch a fly ball out there. That brings up Titan Fails. Titan 1 for 2 with a strikeout and that double, and then got called for leaving too early, going home on the fly ball. Curveball's in the dirt for ball one.
Yeah, they're going to need something in a gap right here that can get past the outfielders if they want to score Bodie Wheatley from first base here with 2 outs. Or no, excuse me, just the one.
Yeah,
no, there is 2 outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just haven't got it up there yet.
There's a pitch, that driven foul towards Coach Carter over there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's 4-4. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The first of 4 ball games today. Yeah, I know, it's a tough job. Somebody's got to get paid to do it. Kickoff attempt, not in time.
Yeah, Giles tried to sell that one as he really sweep tag and then come up off the bag like you tagged him out and was ready to throw it around the horn, but the umpire says no, he was in there.
So the 1-1. There goes the runner. There's a throw, but it's high. It's going to get into center field, and the runner's going to go to third. Throw goes to third, no backup, but airballs it there, and it's going to make it so on the errant throw.
Yeah, so the stolen base and then the throwing error is going to allow him to get from second to third base. And then almost another mistake by Duchesne by throwing that one instead of just hitting the cutoff and getting it in. If you get that one past the third baseman there, that's going to score a run. But 90 feet closer is Bodie Wheatley.
Yeah, and that next pitch was in the dirt, so Parker Crum comes up big and comes in big as well here. He's going to have to stop them. Keep that go-ahead run there at third base with 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Titan fails. Base on ball. That must have been 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yep, so, fastball just in. Ball 4 and Titan fails. Now first and third for Beaver. Going to bring up Andrew Hollingshead, who was 0 for 1. Struck out looking and then was hit by a pitch.
Andrew comes in hitting .368 with 20 runs driven in. Batting from the left side, so he was first time up was batting against the left-handed Kyson Giles. Now he gets to face the right-hander, Connor Karen. For his pitch, swinging, that's right back up the middle. That's going to score the run.
That's clutch hitting right there from Hollingshead to get the single and the RBI, and Beaver back on top now, 5-4. And still not done as they got runners at first and second, and Bentley Bradshaw come to the plate, who is 0 for 1, had the base on balls and a stolen base.
So the second hit in the inning, 7 total in the ball game. Runners at first and second. Brings up Bentley Bradshaw hitting .333 with 13 given in. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. That's at the third baseman. He's just going to have to touch third base. So the G5 will end things, but not before the Beaver Beavers get the go-ahead run. They get 1 run. They do so on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there were 2 runners left on base. So at the end of 4.5, it's 5-4 in favor of the Beaver Beavers. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Beaver Valley Hospital is excited to announce their new maternity wing opening this spring. Specially designed for the health, comfort, and safety of mothers and babies. All the latest equipment found in large hospitals with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Beaver Valley Hospital, your full-service community hospital, features state-of-the-art health care where you can feel confident with their full array of services such as inpatient care, maternity, home health, surgical, emergency, physical therapy, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital, a proud supporter of Beaver High School.
Discover squeaky cheese, hand-dipped ice cream, and family-friendly restrooms at the Creamery, Utah's favorite cheese store. Come and explore the farm-to-table store, check out the Creamery's signature cheeses, enjoy a delicious meal at the Creamery kitchen, and shop some of Utah's favorite products. Stop in and discover what the excitement is all about. The Creamery, located in Beaver at 165 South, 500 West, open every day from 9 to 6 with extended hours on Thursday and Friday until 8 p.m.
This is Central Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field. 5-4 ball game in favor of Beaver Beavers. Uinta Basin Healthcare, caring for our communities through access to compassionate quality health care and investing in those they serve. To find out more, visit ubh.org. First pitch coming to Connor Karen. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Braden Evans tried to pull that one back in and frame it for a strike, but stays out for ball one.
Next pitch. Not the same location for ball two.
You know, Matheson came on in relief of Deegan Bailey, who threw really well for the Beavers, but Matheson got him out of a tough spot.
Next pitch. Curveball stays inside for ball three. V6 Media can elevate your event to the next level with a giant LED video wall and video production, specializing in sports events, rodeos, concerts, business conferences, and more. See v6.media for info. Next pitch is a called strike one. Three-one pitch. On its way, that's driven towards center field. That's going to get down. Base hit.
Connor Karen now 1 for 3 with the single to center field.
Fifth hit in the ball game for the Duchesne Eagles.
Draker Goodluff coming to the bat. 0 for 2. Flew out to right field, flew out to center field on the sac fly, picked up an RBI.
First pitch from Matheson. Matheson uses that hop move.
Yeah.
Comes to the plate. That ball gets by Evans. Karen will move up on ball one.
It looked like that ball a little different grip or pitch that kind of stuck in his hand there, and he threw that one about 54 feet and bounced it to the backstop.
Next pitch. Inside, called ball, or called strike.
Yep.
Little curveball come back. Reeled it in, did Evans. Good job of selling that one.
Yeah, Goodluff looked back at the umpire on that one, but strike one.
There's one that's hit right at the off the glove of the second baseman. What do you think, Coach?
It's hard to say. That one was tailing a little bit, but at the same time, that's a play that I think Deegan Blackner makes. We've seen Deegan Bailey have the same type of play there at shortstop the last inning with Parker Crum, which would have ended the inning and saved him a run, but instead it gave him the tying run, and right there, instead of an out and a runner at second base, you've got runners now at first and third.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the E4. I thought the same as you.
Yeah, now Evans out to give the signals on the defense for the first-third situation.
So the first pitch to Cade Norman from Cutler Matheson. Good left holds. That ball's ripped in left field for a base hit. That's going to score Connor Karen. That'll tie things up.
Cade Norman's had a good game. That's his second hit and picks up his first RBI. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. And that's going to bring up Kyson Giles, who had the big triple and RBI his last at-bat. And that's going to bring out Coach Carter out of the dugout to talk things over.
Well, while Coach Carter's talking things over, we're going to go back to the studio. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Brent Stapley is right here in Beaver to help you select the right protection at the right price. Brent will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Brent Stapley, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Dairy Farmers of American Beaver, we're proud to share the simple pleasures of real dairy straight from our family farms. Our cooperative is owned by our farmers. They are personally invested, which makes each bowl of ice cream even sweeter. Dairy Farmers of American Beaver brings the joy of local farms to your family. From fresh dairy goodness like ice cream and a variety of cheese, Dairy Farmers of American Beaver is proud to sponsor our student athletes on the field and in the classroom. The only time you want to hear the sound of crashing metal is at the Demolition Derby. When it happens to you, don't despair. Trust two guys who care. Tony and Dave's Auto in Beaver. They have the experience to restore your ride, from new cars or trucks to classic muscle cars. Tony and Dave have years of experience in collision and automotive repair. When you bring your car or truck to Tony and Dave's Auto, you can trust two guys who care. Located at 115 North Main in Beaver, 435-438-5400. They are as American as red, white, and Beaver High School blue.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSBC.
Willie Akers and Olin Anderson back here alongside our partners from B6 Media at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. Elimination game in 2A Baseball State Championship. Tie ball game right now, 5-5. The Beavers have just made a pitching change. Bodie Wheatley comes in from the outfield. Deegan Blackburn goes from second to the outfield. Cutler Matheson is going to go to second base. And with nobody out, Bodie Wheatley finds himself in a pretty tough jam. He's got runners on first and second. Jake Goodluff and Cade Norman. He's going to face Kyson Giles, who had that triple his last time at bat. Wheatley comes in with a 1.30, 1.38 ERA, 30 in the third innings pitched. First pitch, driven into right field. That's going to send the runner home. Cut off Slate.
Yeah, first pitch from Wheatley. Giles takes it and drives it into right field, right between the 4-3 hole, and that's going to tie the, or actually give Duchesne the lead.
Yep, 6-5 now. Bodie Wheatley, 12 base on balls, 25 strikeouts. Not overpowering, but if you notice, he does usually spot the ball good. Didn't spot it too well that time. Trying to get the first pitch strike. That brings up Nash Goodluff. Runners at first and second. Duchesne up 6-5. Called strike.
Well, and Blomquist still playing up in front. I'm surprised in this. They're just expecting bunt, but if he could play back, he has a little bit more room.
That ball's driven foul down the third baseline. Strike two.
Well, and sometimes, too, coaches just like to bring that player up to say, hey, we're going to take the bunt away. We want this kid to swing the bat.
Exactly. Here's the 0-2. Driven towards the right side. Hollingshead comes in. He's got it. Route number one. I didn't see a signal from Blue. They're going to throw to third. What the heck's going on now, dude? Going to ask for help from somebody else farther away.
The umpire did not make a call whether it was out, down, or safe or out, which I think they're probably going to say he was out. It looked to me like he did catch the ball.
Well, if they want to save face, they better say he's out, because there was no call made. And the runner had gone back to the dugout. He should be out as well.
Yeah, I think they just said that the catch was made. He was out.
So L7 on one. Had they gone any other way, am I not right, Coach? Him going back to the dugout there, he's automatically out.
Well, what should have happened is the umpire should have ran out towards the play and made it very clear that it was a catch.
The same one that called the run off, took the run off the board. He's very lazy out there.
Yeah, it leaves it up too much speculation and confusion. But I do believe that's the right call. Hollingshead did make the catch. He made a heck of a catch.
I think I agree with you.
But yeah, you got to get out there and signal it.
Yeah, there's got to be a call of some kind. So, with one out, he's up. Kason Crum stay in the game? Who is this? That's 21. Caleb Thompson re-entered.
Yeah, Crum just pinch ran.
Okay. He called that a strike, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So the 0-1, Caleb Thompson swings at one in the dirt. That ball hit out there 58 feet.
Yeah, and the Giles almost forgot there's a runner ahead of him as he was halfway to second base and then realized and had to come back, but the ball had bounced so far away from Evans that he had plenty of time to get back to first base.
So the 0-2 is up, tried to get him to chase one up. Said if he'll chase one out there at 58 foot, see if he'll chase one up here. Didn't do it. 6-5 Duchesne over Beavers right now. In the bottom of the fifth inning, one out. That ball's hit down the right field line. Going to go foul, though.
That just missed it about 5 feet foul.
That would have scored one for sure and maybe two with Kyson Giles' speed. That ball drifted all the way down. I can see it sitting out there in the track there next to the bullpen. Next pitch, another good stop by Evans.
Yeah, right now Wheatley just can't get the curveball across for a strike. You know, and it's tough. He come in from right field, didn't get only his 8 pitches to get warmed up, but right now just struggling to get that second pitch working.
Just a sophomore. There's one that's hit right at just past the third baseman. Hollingshead's got a good arm out there. Ball comes in on the single. Everybody moves up, so that'll load him up with one out. I have that as the 8th hit.
Yeah.
Scoreboard says 10, but we're going to go with our numbers here, Coach.
Yeah, they might have.
They're a long ways away from us.
Counted a couple hits instead of errors, but that's going to bring up Rylan Butler. He drew a walk his first time up and then popped out to the third baseman. He's 0 for 1. And in the on-deck circle is Deshaun Johnson, who's 0 for 2.
Needs these two, does Bodie Wheatley. Doesn't want Parker Crum to come to the plate. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, still trying to establish the curveball, but throws that one about 58 feet that time. Bounces right in front of home plate.
From the wind up, that ball's lifted towards the hole. Nobody's going to get there, and then it bounces over. Bounces around out there. So the seeing eye single is going to score a run.
Well, and you know, you got to bring the infield in right there. Coach Carter doesn't want to give up any more runs. He's playing 4-1, but by doing that, then Deegan Bailey has no chance normally where he's positioned as the shortstop. If he's back, he has a chance to go make that catch, but it was just right in between the left fielder, center fielder, and shortstop. And now Coach Carter is going to move back the middle infield to take that same type of little pop-up flare situation away and give the infield a chance to go make a play and play double play up the middle.
Deshaun Johnson squares to bunt. Nobody home at third, so Evans can't throw behind. Takes ball 1.
And I would still bet you're going to see a bunt here. Deshaun Johnson, 2 strikeouts, swinging.
Just needs to get the ball on the ground. Wheatley needs to get the ball over the plate. Ball 2.
Sometimes a batter trying to bunt can get ahead of a pitcher instead of just take the out, throw it right down the middle, let him bunt it.
So the 2-0 squares the bunt, bunts it foul down the first baseline.
Yeah, and he really tried to turn the bat and angle it and push it towards first base, making sure that runner from third. But either way, you know, sometimes even first coming in, it's just a nice direct throw to home plate. Just got to get it down.
Wheatley steps off, counts 2-1. Got one out. Base is still full of Duchesne Eagles. Coach Carter wants to come out. And seems to be a little bit of confusion. He's going to call everybody in.
Yeah, he's just going to go out there and cover the situation as far as the bunt. Maybe even set up a pickoff play or something here as people are getting maybe a head start. Deshaun Johnson still, I would expect a 2-1 count. He's going to be bunting.
Yeah, you could get Bodie Wheatley back in, pitch from the stretch and try the dink play.
The other thing, if Deshaun Johnson was a really good contact hitter, you might consider, if you're Duchesne, running the slash where he squares early, pulls back, and then just try to slap it on the ground, create some holes. but he struggled to put the bat on it.
He hasn't showed me that he's got the bat control to do that yet. He hasn't been able to get a bunt down fair. So Coach Carter's going to go back to the dugout. We're going to do it again with one out, a 2-1 or a 2-1 count.
The pitch just missed him inside. Almost hit Johnson right there. Now he falls behind 3-1. No place to put him with the load of bases.
So the 3-1 pitch from Wheatley. Everybody charging, takes squares to bunt, takes strike 2. They've been playing 2 just to see what happens. You don't know. Turn him loose. They have already scored 3 runs in the inning. They enjoy a 2-run lead. And they got Parker Crum in the on-deck circle. I'd feel pretty good about that. That one's lifted. Early F8 ends the inning, but the Duchesne Eagles come up with 3 runs. They do it on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 3 runners left on base. So after 5 complete, it's 7-5. The Duchesne Eagles over the Beaver Beavers. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday health.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus, alongside our broadcast partners V6 Media out in the Uinta Basin, and we've got a new ball game, 7-5. The Duchesne Eagles strike for 3 runs in the bottom half of the 5th inning to take the 2-run lead. Coming to bat for the Beaver Beavers. Where'd I leave off? Okay, here we go. We're going to 7, 8, and 9. Cutler Matheson, Mason Murdoch, and Braden Evans. They're going to face Connor Karen.
No, that's Cade Norman. It looks to me like did they make a switch?
Remember?
Yeah, I believe so, because they got Parker Crum at shortstop.
Okay, so.
And looks like Karen's catching now.
Parker Crum at shortstop.
Yep.
Cade Norman pitching. We'll get some numbers on him here in a little bit.
Yeah, and then Connor Karen catching.
Connor Karen moves behind the plate. All right, well, Connor Karen, or Cade Norman, too close. It's like my grandkids and my own kids here. Cade Norman, let's get it right. Cade Norman is going to face Cutler Matheson, Mason Murdoch, and Braden Evans. First pitch. Goes right down on the top, strike 1.
Yeah, I think Duchesne coaching staff realizing here, top of 6, they've got a 2-run lead. They need to try to come and close this one out.
The 0-1. It must be downstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, Cutler Matheson had the single his last at bat. He's 1 for 2, struck out his first time up.
Here's the pitch. Started to go for it, held off. Watches it go by for ball 2.
Well, that's where Duchesne got back in this game, as they started being patient at the plate and seeing a few pitches.
Cutler Matheson lifts that one foul to the right-hand side. That's going to get out of play, completely out of the stadium here. Even things up at 2-2. Well, Beaver's not known for their patience. They're normally swinging the ball. That's never die. That's the way they play their game. Next pitch, curveball, stays upstairs. Matheson was willing to wear that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was kind of maybe hoping that ball would have
Might
skipped
have
off his elbow.
leaning in there a little bit, huh? Can I sneak that elbow out there? So, full count. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Play some ball. That's the last thing you want your relief pitcher to do is come in and throw the freebie to the first batter he faces.
Yeah, that's going to bring up Mason Murdoch, who's 1 for 2, had a single, and then flew out to center field in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he re-enters after being pinch run for by Gage Radden. Gage Radden scored on that pinch run. There's the pitch. Starts to go, holds off, and watches strike one go by.
Really felt like that pitch was up just a little bit. Yeah, got some Beaver fans yelling.
One pitch. That's in the dirt. Good job getting out there by Connor Karen to stop that one from going to the backstop.
Really quick. A nice move right there to kind of just cross over and backhand that one.
That's when they come throw behind him. Back in time. We're just in the first ball game, fellas. We got to do this 3 more times today. Time out at the plate. V6 media crew jumping up and down. Yippee, yippee, they say. Let's do it. Let's do a 5th one. No? Extra innings? No. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. And the way this one's going, it could end up extra innings.
Yeah, right now Cade Norman just trying to find the strike zone a little bit as he's walked one and falls behind here 2-1.
The pitch, swing and a miss. On the fastball from Norman.
Yeah, Murdoch maybe chased one a little bit up in the zone and evens the count at 2-2.
Murdoch came in hitting 286. Runs in and fouls that one off to the right-hand side. Stays alive.
The right fielder playing really deep out there.
Yeah. Another throwback. Safe.
Definitely wanting to keep everything in front of him. Anything on a ball hit to that right side.
The 2-2 pitch on its way. That's hit towards the shortstop, but pretty slow. Is he going to go 1, 2?
Yeah, that's Parker Crum. He just takes it himself. Had about 4 steps to second base. He quickly went over, stepped on second base, and then shot it across the infield to first baseman Giles for the double play.
There you go. So that erases the leadoff walk, and that's going to bring up Braden Evans. We are top of the 6th, so just one more chance after this inning for the Beavers. They're going to climb back into this one. First pitch, upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, just like that, too. They get the leadoff guy on and then quickly double play erases. Once you drop down to this one-loss bracket, and especially in an elimination game, you start wearing out the different teams' pitching, and pitching starts getting a little bit slimmer. You've got to be able to hit the baseball, and that's what Duchesne's done in this game.
So 9-5. 9 runs on 11 hits I have. Beaver, 5 runs on 5 hits. Next pitch. First pitch to Ryland Butler, upstairs for ball 1. The 1 on its way. Bounces, going to get by, everybody's going to move up.
Yeah, now it's just kind of frustration setting in, I think, for the Beavers at this point.
Six to 1 final, Juan Diego over Manti in 3A. That ball gets by, that's going to score another run. Ball 3. Third run scored in the inning, so it's 10-5. Thompson moves up to third base. Kevin's going to go out and talk to Fales.
Yeah, Evans says, I think he's just hot and tired. He's worked hard back there.
So 10-5 here. Bottom of the sixth still. Next pitch right in there for called strike. Let's count 3-1.
He might have said, hey, let's just throw some fastballs here too and let's see if we can't get out number 3.
That was in the dirt. That was a curveball, or he took something off anyway. Another base on balls. Put runners on first and third.
Yeah, Coach Carter going to go out one more time here. Probably make another change and see if they can't get this third out.
See if he can pitch himself, huh? Where else he going to go to, huh? He takes the ball. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home. San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Baseball here, and the way it stands right now, if it winded right now, the Beavers would be eliminated. But it's the bottom of the sixth inning. Duchesne holds a 10-0 or 10-5 lead. We've got 2 outs, and the new pitcher Deegan Blackner's going to face Deshaun Johnson. Blackner serves, swing and miss, strike 1.
Yeah, Deshaun Johnson. 0 for 3 on the day.
Cutler Matheson goes back to second. Titan Fales back to third. Next pitch, swing and miss, strike 2.
I think Coach Carter said, hey, who can give me 3 strikes? And Blackner put his hand up and said, give me the ball, Coach, and there's 2. Got him.
Strike 3. I guess the next question is who can get him 5 runs, huh?
Yeah.
So out number 3. So the Duchesne Eagles come up with 3 runs. They do so on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left on. So at the end of 6 complete, it's 10-5 in favor of the Duchesne Eagles. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
The only time you want to hear the sound of crashing metal is at the Demolition Derby. When it happens to you, don't despair.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help by delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
And Deegan Bailey.
Yeah, and Deegan Blackner, so far he drew a walk, got on the E3, and then grounded out to the pitcher in his last at-bat, so he's 0 for 2 with the walk.
So, first pitch from Norman. Outside, ball 1. Well, let's see if they go away from they're just taking whacks, or if they see if they can't work themselves a few base runners here and see if they can climb back in this one. The 1-0. Up there, he's swinging. That means it's going to drop in, though. That'll be a base hit. Picked up good there by center fielder Draker Goodliff.
Well,
that ball back in.
Really good throw by Goodliff because there was a big turn from Blackner, and he was looking at 2 and then realized the throw's on line and came back. But good hard base running right there from Blackner. If you recognize the throw's offline, then you can continue into second base. But good piece of hitting to start things off for Beaver.
Here's up Bodie Wheatley. First pitch to Wheatley. He swings it one up and in, fouls that off for strike 1.
Well, we've seen Beaver have big innings this year. You know, this is a time when if you got to have a big inning, this is it.
Curveball. Bodie Wheatley didn't like that, but Cade Norman gets the call. Throw back? Nope.
Well, that's the one thing you have to be careful is you cannot get picked off or have any base running blunders right here. You need 5 runs. 1 doesn't do it for you.
The next pitch, that bounces, but Connor Karen keeps that in front of him. Keep the runner there at first base. Deegan Blackner's got good speed. As does Bodie Wheatley at the plate. Bodie came in, hit 364, 16 driven in. Fouls that one off to the right hand, or to the third base side for strike 2.
Yeah, Wheatley taking the signs from Coach Carter down there in the third base coaching box.
So the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on its way. Curveball. Wheatley recognizes it, fouls it off to the right hand side. Stay alive. Yeah, if you get the curveball, take 2, go to right.
Yeah,
that's what he was looking to do. And now the right fielder, Brett Claiborne, has moved over closer to the line.
Yeah, and Wheatley still got to foul anything off. Can continue to battle at the plate. Can't give up on any pitches.
Curveball, that gets him.
That's how it starts, Willie. You get a single, a hit by pitch, and then all of a sudden you get a couple of base runners on, and hitting can be contagious, and it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Right now, Duchesne playing for 3 outs versus worrying about those 2 runners.
Third baseman Caleb Thompson's in on the grass now. He moves back. First base was right on the edge of the grass.
Well, and right now Beaver can't afford to give up any outs, so you're probably not going to see him bunting.
Nope, I don't.
I mean, if they bunt, it's just literally for a base hit, trying to get something down. But I think that's what Thompson's doing, just kind of taking that away, not giving that as an option to Bailey.
And he pops that one up. Shortstop can't find it, but the center fielder does. That's Stricker. Goodliffe comes on for the F8. Out number 1. Watch the sunglasses.
Just like that, too, you go from runners at first and second to no out to runners at first and second with 1 out, and now you're down to 2 outs.
Titan fails at bat. First pitch to Titan, curveball. Not quite as willing to wear that and as was Brody Wheatley. Takes ball 1. That one's fastball. When he turns on it, just fouls it about 5 foot inside the line down left field.
Fells kind of looks over to the dugout like, man, why couldn't that be fair? But about 5 feet foul, that would have gone down the line, and that could have cleared the bases, and Fells could have had a double.
So the 1-1. Curveball. Titan jerks his head back out of the way of that one.
Well, right now, Beaver's shown that if it's going to be inside, they're willing to wear it and do what they can to get on base.
Ball lifted foul. It's going to get out of play. Well, you need 5 base runners, minimum, to score. So you only have 2 of them out there right now. You got 1 out. You only got 2 outs to work with.
Yep.
2-2's the count. The Titan fails. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Hit right. Foul again. Not quite as hard. He just got over on top of that curveball. Fouled it off to stay alive. Good at bat by Titan fails.
Yeah, and that's going to move Caleb Thompson even one more step closer to the line because he's got to be able to cover the line, and Fells has shown that he's, anything he's hit so far, he's hitting 2 foul right down that line.
So the 2-2 will do it again. There's a curveball. That's fouled off to the left-hand side again.
Yeah, Fells just way out in front of every one of these pitches from Cade Norman.
I think they might be wiggling up in the batter's box just a little bit without
making the adjustment.
Away. Yeah, make a little adjustment here. See if you can't get that thing barreled up in fair territory. 2-2 again. 7th pitch in the at-bat. Titan fails. Tries to throw one by him. Almost got it by him.
Another foul ball.
There's fastball on the inside corner on that one.
Really good at-bat so far from Fells.
Here's the curveball. That's hit right at the third baseman. He's going to go to... Well, they get the double play.
Yeah. Well, one thing that you're taught to do is never run into a tag, and if Blackner would have just put on the brakes, at least he would have, he would have been tagged out, but he would have been the only out. Instead, tags Blackner and then throws across the diamond to get Fells going to first base. So nice play by the third baseman, Caleb Thompson, to get the double play and end the game.
So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. That's the ball game. The final score is 10-5. We'll be back, give you some final numbers here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Thank you for watching this Channel V6 production. Watch more at channelv6.com or on the Channel V6 mobile app. Our broadcast was made possible by L&L Motor Company, Utah State University Uinta Basin, Strata Networks, Northeastern Counseling Center, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, Mountain Land Supply Company, and Ute Tribal Enterprises.
Numbers here in today's ball game here. Loser going to go home. That was going to be the Beaver Beavers. The Duchesne Eagles will come back. They will play in our nightcap tonight against the winner of the next ball game. For the Beavers, they come up with 5 runs. They do it on 7 hits. They had 2 errors and 4 runners left on base. 6 runners left on base. They've got to get them down for the last inning. Duchesne, they come up with 10 runs. They do it on 11 hits. They had 2 errors and they left 8 on base. Coach?
Yeah, just a tough game. Beaver battled and came back, took the lead, and then it was just too much hitting. The Duchesne offense just really got it going, and it was pretty much 1 through 8. Sean Johnson really the only one that struggled in that lineup, but every one of those hitters 1 through 8 tough outs and had multiple hits.
Yep, and this is the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet post-game show. It's going to have to be an abbreviated version. Our next ball game scheduled to start in 7 minutes, so we're going to go try and gather lineups for that ball game. That's going to be the ball game, another elimination game between number 2 Enterprise and number 5 San Juan. He's Nolan Anderson. I'm Willie Akers. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
You've been listening to High School Baseball.